Again, most of you know, I've been a defensive-oriented coach most of my career. And, had we not played great defense tonight, we don't win the game. Simple as that. Go ahead, Jerry. I know you got a couple toughies for me. Just let them rip right now. Let's just get them over with. Love you, man.
Keith, how tough has the week been for you? And were you surprised that these two guys, stepped away from the program?
Well, it's tough because, I've worked my tail off to make Duquesne competitive again. And I felt like we lost one wall of our house, but our foundation was still pretty strong. So I'm extremely proud of our guys. And, everybody's situation is a little bit different. I told you that it's very difficult on young people with this pandemic. And then we got off to a slow start, both as a team and individually. So, and, I'm a little surprised by it. I've never had 3 starters leave at the semester, And Mace's situation is probably a little bit different because, he's not quit really. He's just taking some personal time, and he's not going to transfer as far as I know unless something has changed in the last 24 hours.
Do you expect Sincere to be back?
I hope he would, but I don't know.
Can you tell us anything about Sincere's reason for stepping away from the team?
Sincere's?
Yes.
Obviously he wasn't happy. But either was I. I've been unhappy too. It's hard to be happy when you don't win, you don't play great. So, listen, these kids have a right to be unhappy, and they have a right to, to go somewhere else. They have a right to make their own decisions. And, quite honestly, the NCAA has made it really easy for them. You get a free year. This year means nothing, right? Next year when they change the rule, you can transfer and be immediately eligible. I think you're going to see a new norm in college basketball. It's going to be like this. It's going to be a whole new ball game. So you better be fleet on your feet, and you better have depth in your program. But I'd rather talk a little bit more about, the guys that played tonight, to be honest. So I hope I answered that sufficiently for everybody. But you could ask more if you want. You know me, I don't shy away from anything.
To all of this craziness with losing 3 starters and going out and getting the win today? How do you think they responded?
We did a good job, and then you couple that with Marcus having a rough night at the office. Those young kids played good defensively. They struggled a little bit in some other areas, but we got about as much as we could out of Chad Baker. I give him a lot of credit. We got, like I said, we have good young players. They're just inexperienced due to the circumstances, They haven't played in many games, right? Because we haven't had a non-league game. But they did a good job. I thought all of them did. Mikey Bacalja practiced for 1 day and played 3 minutes and played pretty good. I give him credit. That's Sin's brother too. Everybody knows that, right?
How much practice did these guys get without Sincere and Maceo?
2 days. They got Thursday and Friday. What's that, Jerry?
I'm thinking that now maybe you're getting into a little bit of a rhythm, with your practice and your game schedule. Knock on wood, any more COVID problems. Do you think maybe that'll help the team going forward?
Yeah, I felt like all year we've been a little behind. Jerry, I've said it. I've been pretty frank and honest about it. And probably we're even a little more behind now because we're playing guys that really haven't played a lot of college basketball games. I don't know how many starts did we give up with those 3 guys? It's got to be 100 starts, right? Something like that. That's a lot. And the other part that I'm proud of is, the ball's been in Sincere's hands the majority of the time in his 2 years here. And Tavian made a quick transition from the mad gunslinger to running the club. And I give him a lot of credit. And he did a good job defensively. So I give him a lot of credit for that because he likes to fling that thing, Jerry.
Keith, for you, the decision to start Chad, was it based on what you saw in practice? Was it more maybe how he matched up against how Fordham sets up schematically? And how much do you think this 5 might be the 5 moving forward?
Well, I like Murphy off the bench because he can fling them in. So he kind of took Tavian's role. And I've said all along that if Chad would play with discipline and bring it every day, he's a talented guy. He can shoot the ball. He didn't shoot it well tonight. He can shoot the ball. He can handle the ball. He makes the right play. He's long defensively. He's just a little undisciplined. But he's got a lot of ability. He's got a really terrific feel for the game. And then you add, Toby alongside of him, who's one of the best athletes in this league. Now you're pretty hard to score on because you're so long and athletic. It's a different type of a team. Now we have to shoot it better than 5 for 25, but the Roche jinx gets everybody. There's nobody in the world that shot the ball good in here yet. So I guess I shouldn't be too upset. They shot it worse than we did.
Why do you think that is, Keith? You guys can't shoot very well here.
I don't know, really, man. It's usually these little small places, from my days at Tiffin, they're easy to shoot. But it's not just us. Like, remember Lipscomb last year had 0 threes. They made 0. We made 1. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, is this a Catholic school? We've got to go to church more often, Jerry. We got to go to church.
I'll see you there.
All right.
Practicing here is out of the question, right?
No, we can practice here. It's just, so the reason we haven't gotten here really is, we went to St. Louis. We got back late. And then we immediately went to George Washington, played 2 games, got back late, and then immediately had to prep for Davidson. I just thought an hour of driving or 40 minutes of driving just wasn't worth the benefits. I guess I was right again.
Keith, from an intangible standpoint, with basketball being such a game of intangibles, might the biggest one at this point be commitment to the guys, commitment to the process, commitment to each other? Just how do you view the importance of commitment now and spending that forward?
Zach, have you been coming to practice, man? Because I read my son sent me something on commitment, and I read it to our team. And commitment may be a lost art nowadays, right? Commitment means when you have both feet in and you have resolve, when things go poorly, you still do well, right? You still fight. And you don't look for the next best thing, right? Or the next best opportunity because you're happy with what you have, right? That's really what commitment is. It's pretty good, right, for a dumb jock, right? So, again, like, that's part of the education process of a coach, right, is teaching commitment, what that means, what that does for you, why it's important. And I use LeBron a lot because I've been around him. But LeBron James, after his freshman year, could have gone to any prep school in the country. But he stayed and played with his friends and played for me and Coach Joyce down the road because he knew he could get from point A to point B. He had all his feet in, right? He didn't look for the next best looking girl he could find. He knew he had enough there. And I think that's the lesson in life for all of us, right? We always think the grass is greener on the other side. We don't fight through our issues. Look, man, I got punched in the mouth and had to battle all the way back, right? If I didn't have resolve and commitment, I couldn't have done that. So I think that's a lesson that we have to continually teach young people. Great question.
So, Coach, what's next? How do you continue to correct the things while taking the win and go forward?
That's another really good question. I challenged them to practice better. practice better, continue to get in better condition, do the little things better offensively. Don't rely on our natural ability. Play better together and handle adversity. I think we have a lot of upside. I really do. I think, it's just going to be a matter of, hey, if we're all in even with these guys, right? We got to be all in. We got to be all in through good, bad, ugly. And ultimately, look, if guys aren't all in, that's all on me. Like every problem in the program still should come back to me, right? So I'm mad at myself, right, because I actually like those guys that aren't here. I do. I still like them, right? I think they're good people. So I keep looking in the mirror and say, what could I have done better? And that's one thing that I've always done is I take responsibility when there's issues in our program. And I think some of it, and again, I have a business background, so, we have to figure out as a business where we failed, why it happened. Is it an aberration? Is it situational? Or did we not do a good job in certain aspects, right? And until you do that and you're real with yourself, right, you'll never be as good as you should be in any aspect. So I take responsibility. Appreciate you guys. Go ahead. I'm good. I'm in no rush. I actually like this when we win. Don't ask me any questions when we lose.
So since your tenure here at Duquesne, you've spoken about championship level basketball. That's what you want your team to be. Obviously, that's still the overarching goal. But do these recent departures change any of your expectations, maybe in the short term, for this team?
You know what? That's another terrific question. So most people think we have no chance. Would you say that's accurate? So my job, I'd say it's pretty accurate. Most people don't think we're any good anyway, so it's fine. So what's changed is I have to coach. I have to make the Toby O'Conneys, the Dre Harrises, the Chad Bakers, the Mikey Bekelges. I have to get them ready to play sooner than later. So even my expectation level before this was a little bit lower early because I didn't think we were ready to play good basketball yet. I said that all along. But now I have to still win games and play at a level that might not be as good as what I'm used to. But that's what coaching is, man. You got to win. You have to win and find ways to win and figure out how to win when you're not playing very good. So, no, my expectation levels haven't changed. I don't give a damn if I have 8 freshmen and no seniors.
The result of this group?
It speaks highly of us. We have players that can come in and fill the spot that we needed to, and they came in and did that today.
Tavian, how nice is it to finally get some good news and get something to celebrate after the string of bad luck you guys have gone through?
It's been very good to finally get a dub after a couple games, but I feel like we're gonna build upon this and keep going.
Tavian, what's the mood of the team this week after you lost a couple games and lost 3 players?
Excuse me, say it again.
I'm sorry. What's the mood of the team in the locker room after you guys lost a couple games and lost 3 players?
I feel like we have high hopes for ourselves still, and we still have the same energy we had at the beginning of the year. We want to win every game possible. So the first couple games, we're just getting used to everybody playing with each other. So I feel like the atmosphere is still the same, and we still have a winning attitude.
You felt pretty good about that 3-pointer with 30 seconds left?
Yeah, yes sir, I did help the team out.
Hey, what was going through your mind as that ball comes back around there towards the end? What was going through your mind on the play and what's happening?
So who shot it? Murph at the last. I don't know. Somebody shot it, and I seen Mike go get it, and there's two guys on him, and my guy lost me, so I just wrapped around, and Mike saw me, and coach believed in me to shoot the shot, so I shot it.
And how tough is it shooting in this gym? Because it seems like the statistics show that it takes you guys a while to adjust to shooting, even after you guys not being second season playing games.
Well, we haven't really got any practices in here, so our last time playing here is last year, and we have a couple new guys that haven't played in here yet. So it takes us a while because I feel like we're not adjusted, but I feel like we should be because that's how our practice court is set up. So hopefully next game in here we just start off hot.
Tavian, is it safe to say you're a guy who is confident when he shoots the basketball? Is there ever a time where you're hesitant to pull up, or is that just an aspect of your game that you always believe in?
This is an aspect of my game I always believe in. My coaches believe in me. My teammates believe in me to shoot the ball. So as long as they have confidence in me, I have confidence in myself. So.
Tavian, how often did you practice with Toby and with Chad just as a starting five to get used to each other and understand each other's strengths?
About 3 days ago, 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago. But I feel like in the earlier beginning we played a lot together on the red team, so I feel like we have chemistry from that. So it just transferred over to the court.
From a commitment standpoint, Tavian, regardless of what happens in the past, how does a result like this show that these guys are committed, and how is that commitment going to help you guys moving forward?
It shows that everyone's committed. No matter if people are here or with us or if they're not here, our guys are willing to step in, and we're hoping our guys return, so help us in the future.
Hey, Tavian, has your role become more significant now because you've been around a long time, and you guys lost 3 players who've been around, who've also been around a long time?
I say my role is bigger now. I have to be more of a leader. I have to make sure everybody has in their spots, because we have some freshmen out there that don't have any experience yet. So it's my job to just keep that composure the whole game and make sure everyone still has the same attitude.